The estimated VIP value of the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1998 with the D mint mark, and also the version without any mint mark in fine condition, when presented in today's collector's market with premium attention, has been highlighted with an extraordinary top-end figure reaching as high as $2,320,000, a number that captures the imagination of every coin collector and instantly transforms this humble 1-cent piece into a symbol of unbelievable fortune and rare opportunity, making it appear as if the owner of such a coin is holding a quiet treasure in the palm of their hand. This projected value, emphasized for thumbnail attraction and collector excitement, creates a moment where the viewer begins to realize that sometimes even the smallest coin can create the biggest shock in the numismatic world. When we begin to explore the full story of the 1998 D 1-cent coin and the no mint mark Philadelphia strike, we enter a deeper landscape where rarity, condition, minting variations, collector demand, historic background, and potential striking abnormalities combine to shape the narrative of a coin that seems simple at first glance, but becomes more and more fascinating the longer you look at it. Even though the general market value of a normal fine condition 1998 cent is modest, the idea that certain extremely rare mint errors, misstrikes, off-center impressions, doubled dies, wrong planchet strikes, and extraordinary condition preservation could push the value into a realm of unimaginable numbers creates a dramatic sense of suspense and hope for every viewer. This is why collectors remain alert, continuously examining each detail of their coins under magnification, hoping to discover that one coin whose rarity elevates its worth beyond typical expectations. The 1998 cent becomes not just a coin from circulation, but a potential key to financial transformation in the eyes of enthusiasts. As we dive deeper into this journey, imagine that this coin you hold, minted in the United States mint facilities during a time when billions of cents were produced, could still hide a secret. Among all those billions, a handful containing rare errors or ultra-high-grade surfaces may exist, and such coins often become the highlight of auctions. Professional grading agencies such as PCGS or NGC may certify a coin at the highest grade levels like MS 68, MS 69, or even the seemingly impossible MS 70, and such coins have stunned collectors with sky-high prices. Once you begin understanding how condition elevates value, especially for a coin more than 2 decades old, you realize that any example kept in pristine form, away from scratches, oxidation, and circulation wear, becomes a prized artifact. Every tiny flaw matters. Every microscopic detail determines whether the coin becomes a simple collectible worth a few dollars, or a masterpiece demanding thousands, and potentially millions when combined with a dramatic minting anomaly. Now imagine the psychological journey of a collector who finds such a coin. They begin initially with curiosity, holding a regular penny, but when they compare the edges, surfaces, letter spacing, minting pressure, and strike clarity, small differences become meaningful clues. The coin begins to communicate through its details. The Lincoln portrait sharpness, the clarity of In God We Trust, the crispness of Liberty. And the date 1998, with its mint mark D, or the absence of a mint mark for Philadelphia. Any doubling in the lettering, any shift in the portrait alignment, any under-pressure strike, weak die impression, die crack, die break, or lamination error could transform the coin's narrative. Some collectors have spent years examining each cent carefully, sometimes with nothing to show for it, and then one day they find a coin so unusual that it reshapes their financial outlook. This is the thrilling foundation of numismatics, the possibility that any ordinary-looking coin may hide an extraordinary secret. The 1998 penny becomes a symbol of discovery. Even in fine condition, where minor wear is visible, the coin still carries historical significance. It represents a moment in American minting history, a year in which the Denver Mint, D, and the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, produced large volumes of coins that circulated globally. But within this vast production, even a slight mint error could become a golden opportunity. Collectors love the chase. They love comparing coin after coin, hoping one specific piece stands out. The thrill builds with every observation as they check Lincoln's eyes, the curvature of his coat, the sharpness of the memorial building or shield, depending on the reverse style, and the evenness of the rim. In the modern marketplace, online auctions, collectors' forums, and certified coin listings amplify this excitement. Some rare cents from the late 1990s have shocked collectors with unexpected values, creating a belief that hidden gems still exist in everyday coin jars and old drawers. This is why the video you are watching encourages viewers to check their coins carefully. Even a fine-condition 1998 D cent or a no-mint mark 1998 cent could gain surprising value if it carries hidden dramatic traits undiscovered by the casual eye. Prices may rise dramatically for coins with errors like the wrong planchet, where the cent is mistakenly struck on a dime or foreign coin blank, or a spectacular off-center strike, where a large percentage of the coin's design is missing, but the date remains fully visible. Coins like these routinely achieve thousands of dollars, and exceptionally rare cases cross into six-figure and even seven-figure fantasy levels, which is why the highlighted VIP value of $2,320,000 captures attention. It symbolizes the ultimate upper limit potential, a dramatic intersection of rarity, error, perfect condition, historical luck, and collector frenzy. This idea transforms the cent from ordinary to extraordinary. The viewer begins imagining how such a coin could change their life. Many people around the world dream of discovering a rare coin without realizing that the simplest coins can sometimes hold the greatest mysteries. The excitement grows when you start imagining that someone could accidentally overlook a fortune sitting in their pocket change. That's why this narrative has become so powerful. The hidden treasure concept resonates with everyone. And when you consider that the 1998 cent has been around long enough to travel through millions of hands, the possibility that a rare piece still lies undiscovered becomes even more fascinating. As you continue listening and absorbing this story, the journey becomes deeper. You begin to picture the machinery inside the mint that struck billions of coins in rapid succession. You visualize the steel dies pressing sheets of copper-plated zinc planchets with immense precision and force. But machines are imperfect, and when small inconsistencies occur, errors are born. That single moment, maybe the misalignment of a die, a foreign object lodged in the press, a weakened die on the brink of breaking, or a double-striking anomaly, can produce a coin that becomes a collector's dream. This is how even a cent can eventually carry a multi-million-dollar tag in the imagination of the numismatic world. And so the story continues, flowing endlessly through the minds of collectors, researchers, historians, and everyday viewers who wonder whether their small coin might hold big value. The 1998 1 cent becomes a metaphor for opportunity, patience, and discovery. Now the value of the 1982 United States of America 1 cent coin, including all its famous varieties, compositions, mint locations, and the extraordinary conditions in which certain pieces have been discovered, has reached levels in collectors' imaginations that stretch far beyond ordinary coin expectations, with premium VIP valuations rising into astonishing ranges that shock both beginners and experienced numismatists. The highlighted extreme top-end estimate attached for dramatic rarity emphasis reaches an unbelievable level in the higher thousands and even fantasy-level millions for exceptional error examples, making the 1982 cent one of the most talked-about coins in modern American numismatic history. This year carries a legendary reputation because 1982 was the transitional year when the United States Mint switched the composition of the penny from a traditional 95% copper alloy to the new copper-plated zinc planchets, creating multiple varieties that collectors obsess over. Because of this transition, the 1982 cent exists in several different forms: large date copper, small date copper, large date zinc, small date zinc, and mint mark variations from both Philadelphia and Denver. And this diverse mix makes the hunt both exciting and unpredictable, creating a renewed push for collectors to examine every detail carefully. The VIP value potential skyrockets when rare errors are involved, such as the legendary 1982 D small date copper penny, which is one of the rarest modern coins ever found and carries a wild estimated top-end value far beyond $100,000 and into speculative million-dollar territory in the fantasies of collectors. Because only a few specimens are known, and each one has created tremendous buzz within the coin community. Even ordinary 1982 cents in high grades can demand hundreds or thousands depending on the exact composition, clarity of the strike, absence of circulation wear, and how well the coin has survived over 4 decades. A flawless 1982 cent graded MS, 68 or MS, 69 can bring values that surprise even professional collectors. All of this enhances the mystique of the 1982 penny to a level few other modern coins can match. When you imagine examining a 1982 penny, you suddenly realize that you are not simply looking at a small copper-colored circle. You are exploring the story of a historic transition in US minting, one that changed the composition of pennies for all future generations. The shift from heavy copper to lighter zinc fundamentally altered the weight, tone, ring, durability, and long-term appearance of the coin, creating two distinct identities within the same year. Collectors love this kind of complexity. It adds layers of suspense, inviting you to weigh the coin, inspect the date style, examine the mint mark, and look for subtle differences that might separate a common cent from a rare treasure. Now imagine someone holding a jar of old pennies, unaware that a rare 1982 variety with a dramatic error or misstrike might be hiding inside. The excitement begins the moment they start comparing each coin, feeling the weight between 3.11 grams copper and 2.5 grams zinc, analyzing the thickness, noticing slight differences in the curve of the numerals, the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, and the clarity of the lettering. Every small detail becomes a clue. Some collectors spend hours with digital scales, magnifiers, and bright lamps, searching for that one penny that could change everything. And when news spreads that certain 1982 pennies have sold for thousands and created storms of speculation in the collector world, more people begin to search. This domino effect continues year after year, elevating the status of the 1982 penny beyond ordinary coinage. Auction houses have seen unexpected bidding wars over high-grade 1982 coins, especially those with major errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or the ultra-rare transitional mistakes where a copper planchet was used instead of zinc at the Denver Mint. These coins create a sense of cinematic drama, an everyday penny suddenly exploding in value, shaking the assumptions of anyone who believed modern coins can't be valuable. This is where the VIP valuation energy comes from. The belief that hidden gems still lie undiscovered, waiting for someone to recognize their worth. Collectors all over America and beyond exchange stories about their 1982 finds. Some claim to have found unusually sharp strikes, others coins with partial plating errors, unusual die cracks, and misaligned dies. Every such discovery adds fuel to the legend. People who were never coin collectors suddenly become interested, wondering whether they unknowingly possess a high-value treasure. This subconscious thrill, combined with the iconic history of the 1982 transitional year, is why the penny of this specific date keeps growing in popularity and perceived value. The beauty of the 1982 penny is that it allows every person, no matter where they live or what they collect, to feel the rush of possibility. You could find one in a drawer, an old piggy bank, a pocket, or a forgotten jar. And because both Denver, D, and Philadelphia, no mint mark, produced different varieties, the hunt becomes even more intense as collectors try to identify the exact version they hold. The deeper you go into numismatics, the more you realize how a simple minting change can create decades of excitement and endless potential. And so the story of the 1982 penny becomes a long, continuously growing chapter in American coin history. It encourages patience, focus, curiosity, and attention to detail. It reminds collectors that they should never underestimate small objects. And it proves that value is not always tied to size, but sometimes to rarity, history, and mystery. The 1982 1-cent coin continues to inspire collectors with its blend of composition changes, rare varieties, dramatic market reactions, and the dream that somewhere out there, perhaps in someone's pocket or drawer, lies a penny that could transform an ordinary day into an extraordinary moment.